Is Cam Munster going to be the first $2 million player in the NRL history as the Perth Bears are coming in 2027? That's the talk out there. Jett Cleary, should he come straight into the Warriors side if they lose against the Bulldogs this weekend? And Tigers controversy all over the show here. Up yours to the Lebanese people and the Perth trainers. Was it hard enough punishment? Absolutely. Jaden Campbell lost his cool, there's no doubt about it. But that is rugby league. Let's talk about it right here, right now on Barry Charles Footy Show. Welcome back, guys and gals, to the channel. Cam Munster, yes. The word out on the street is for him to move, they will have to go to 2 million. Is he worth 2 million? Hell no, he's not worth 2 million in the current salary cap. But yes, to me, that says to me he is staying at Melbourne Storm more than likely. Obviously he can go for top dollar, but it would be absolute soul destroying for the rest of the team if he got 2 million. That leaves you with not much left to sign the rest of your 29-man squad. Absolutely madness if Perth Bears go to that. Where do I see potentially you could go for a new club? 1.5 mil would be the most. And to be honest, is Cam Munster for a 3-year stint worth the 1.5 million? I don't think so. If it was a Katoa, different story. If you had someone that you know is going to be there for 10 years, then I would say yes, boom, load the boat. But going for a payday, it's a totally different story in my opinion. And every time clubs have done that, it's absolutely failed. But yes, Perth Bears. So for what I would say, if you're going to pay Cam Munster 1.5, you get Cleary 1.5. Now people say, what? Tino 1 mil. That's 4 million of your salary cap. Could you win the comp around those three players? Potentially. You'd have to find a fullback that is like a Connor Tracy type, Will Kennedy type player who's not that top dollar. You could go for something like that and it could work out. Whether or not it could win you a premiership, bit of question mark. And then you just get a whole lot of toilers, or just like what the Bulldogs did and brought in the likes of Kurt Mann. Those types of players that can play a lot of positions. That's when you can start making a challenge. But coming back to the $2 million, it's just way over the mark. Absolutely, just no way they could do that. And for Jonah Pezet and his part in all this, Cameron Munster going in 2027, I don't know what Bradford Nast is smoking. Absolutely. What are they doing? A loan deal? Come on, man. Give him a deal somewhere 3 years. It's not going to be the 6. There's no doubt. It's been proven. He keeps picking Wishart in front of him. Jonah Pezet is not going to be the Melbourne Storm main player. He's just a reserve grade to them. They need to move on. The question mark is he's going to have to go to a weak club. That is the problem Jonah Pezet's got. Can he lift them out of the cellar dweller? That is the big question they got. Only one team I hadn't thought about before that, I've discussed this before on the channel, is the Dolphins. Maybe he can go to 6. Maybe that's an option. Or Katoa goes to 6 and he goes to halfback. Whatever way they want to do that. Potentially. But Titans, they've already got too many halfbacks, honestly. Then you got Broncos could potentially look for them if you're looking at a play. But again, he's another year off with Anna Reynolds re-signing. So he'll be waiting around there. So probably no point. Newcastle is an obvious one. Eels, don't know. Dragons, would you want to go to somewhere where Kyle Flanagan keeps getting picked, even though they keep failing, apart from last week? A lot of question marks over Jonah Pezet. And to me, I still think West Tigers is his best bet. It's a 3-year deal. He plays 7. Latu stays at 14. That's the way I would be going. That's what I'll be looking at. If they need someone. Or stick with Dewey. Give him a long-term contract, but Dewey's injury prone. That's the only problem we got there. But even Jonah Pezet had some injuries, so no guarantees there, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Now, yes, getting to Jett Cleary for Warriors fans out there, up the wires. Absolutely hasn't been up the wires the last couple of weeks. It's been absolute, not atrocious. That's putting it out there, but I mean, 2 games they could have won. I mean, they should have won, but they failed. They choked. They choked with a big, great start, and then they choked holding the lead and couldn't handle a bit like the Cooney Warriors. Webster has some thinking to do, but to me, Cleary is your man. Similar to the Bulldogs situation with Toby Sexton, Tanner Boyd's a solid player, does everything right, is a good goal kicker, but Jett Cleary is the man. He is his brother 2.0. He runs the ball. He's got the kicking game. He's got the nous. He's got to be playing if they want to have any chance in this final series, because at the moment they're limping into the final series and will limp straight out the back door, and there's a possibility they run 7th. Right here, right now, I'm putting it out there. If they lost every game from now on, they'll miss the 8th. So there's still potential they can miss the 8 if they just completely fall off a cliff and lose every game. And potential for that to happen. The Warriors have done it plenty of times in their history when they've been well ahead, but surely they'll get the win. They should only need one more, but there's a possibility one more is not enough either. If the Dolphins keep winning, that's where the pressure comes in. The Roosters come along. There are some danger signs there for the Warriors fans from finals football. But yes, to me, Cleary, he is the spanner in the works. He could actually win you a premiership. Whether he can win you a premiership this year, I don't know. But Tanner Boyd definitely won't win you the premiership. And to me, yeah, as simple as this, it's too late. They've already selected the team. He's on in the 20-man squad, 22-man squad. Warriors have to win on the weekend. Have to win. If they want top 4, they have to win, and they probably have to win every single game from here on in, unless Penrith lose a game. Because they are the team that has come in and knocked them down the door. You still got Brisbane as well, who got a good draw as well. But Penrith are likely to be the team to knock them off. They've got to keep winning, and then hope they lose a game. That's simple as that for the top 4 for the Warriors. They've got to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. Can they do that? Well, potentially they can, but they've got to find a way to do it. Tanner Boyd has to go to another level. He's had his chances now, a few games now. He has to deliver. But if you look at the Newcastle game, they summed up Tanner Boyd. Missed the kick, couldn't get the field goal. Choke. You're not going to improve that in the finals football. Let's just get it. Give Jett Cleary the game. Give him the opportunity. See what the guy has got, and let's go. You know what you're going to give with Tanner Boyd. You can always go back to Tanner Boyd in a week or two, but give Jett Cleary the opportunity, and maybe the Warriors can go back to where they were with Luke Metcalf. We'll see. I was a Tanner Boyd fan, and he can definitely play a role. He's not a hopeless player, but he's not going to win you the premiership player. That's pretty much it. He's a role player. He's a good for the squad player, but he's not the top dog, and that's unfortunately where Tanner Boyd sits. And maybe he needs to go to the Super League as well, for him to get his payday. But yes, for me, Jett Cleary should come in for the Warriors, but it looks like it's not. Let's get to the Tigers. Yes, the Tigers. What's been happening here with the Tigers? Jett Cleary. I mean, not Jett Cleary. The Lockley Galvin game, absolutely boil over. Congratulations. But all the talking point has been about the Up Yours movement against the Lebanese people. Come on. Seriously. What a PC world we're living in these days. The Tigers are celebrating a huge victory. The crowd were giving it to him. They were just giving it back to him. That is footy. It's fish and chip paper. That's what it used to be. But these days, everything goes on social media. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's just unbelievable rubbish. To me, it was just tongue-in-cheek, get on with it and move on. But what I don't have tongue-in-cheek with is the Panthers trainers absolutely think they're gods. Yes, they think they're Zeus. They think they're above everyone else. Running in front of a player doing the goal kicking, nobody's ever seen it. Absolute. It's a no-no from trainers. They know it. He did it on purpose. Absolutely no doubt in the world he ran in front of him on purpose to put him off. Panthers are serial offenders of doing this. Shane Alford was staying on the field as shown on Fox League for the whole set of 6. It's absolute rubbish. And the fact that that's not getting punished as well shows you how much the NRL are missing. There should be someone in the game in the NRL. from what I heard, they're under-resourced. They're doing this to make more profit, but the fact that they have someone that follows the whole game just for those sort of incidents, they probably have to be at the crowd. I think that's the first thing. They have to be at the crowd and then watch video footage that shows everything of the game. Because sometimes you don't get all the video that you need to see all their trainer stuff on when you're watching a game live. You need a more wide span. They need to get a couple of people in there that does that sort of stuff. That's what they need to do, in my opinion, if they want to fix all that rubbish up. And then they bring it to show the video footage, prove it to the NRL, and away we go. If the fines need to happen, they need to happen. Trainers need to be sacked. They need to be sacked, given a couple of weeks off. That's what needs to happen. But yeah, you're telling me Gus Gould, he's the one who's saying that it was a media beef up and all that. Yes, it's not the worst sin in the world, but he knows better. He absolutely knows better. The trainers know much more than what people think. They do it on purpose to ploys. But Jaden Campbell really shouldn't have acted like that. He choked himself. He really did. The best players would have just forgotten about it and moved on, but he couldn't move on from that moment. And you could see him blowing up after he missed the kick. But to be fair, they should have got another penalty right in front of the sticks. But that's just the way the footy goes. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting week this week. The Dragons and the Tigers keep their slim hopes alive. While Manly choked, they need to get on the winner's circle. The Warriors are on free fall. Some real upsets, and there could have been another one of the Panthers. So it's an open premiership at the moment, but Penrith are looking like the raging hot favourites to win 5 in a row. But we'll see this last month of football who really starts to step up the game from the top teams. Can the Wars get it going? Can the Raiders get going? Can the Bulldogs get going this week against the Wars? It's going to be interesting to see who makes that role. The Broncos have a softish draw they can get rolling. So it's going to be an interesting finish to the season. But yes, the Warriors' top 4 hopes is dwindling by the day. But that's it right here on Barry Charles Footy Show. And I will see you in another video very, very soon.